What's up, guys? Average Kiwi guy here. How y'all doing? So I'm on the eve of the Star Wars The Last Jedi premiere. I'm off to the midnight screening to pretty much this time tomorrow. I will be watching Last Jedi. So I am very, very excited, very, very happy. Because those who don't know, I'm a big Star Wars nerd, and I love this stuff. This is my franchise. You know, like everyone has their thing. This is mine. So I'm very excited for this. And I thought I'd do a bit of a pre-show, you know, sort of a, you know, what's the sort of hopes and dreams and where we think it might go, where it might not go, you know, stuff like that. You know, things we do know, things we don't know, you know, all that stuff. It's me just nerding out about Star Wars, I think. It's really what this video is going to be about. So, episode 8. And this it has the makings of being something very, very special. Like everything that's kind of leading up to it. I know a lot of people kind of weren't so like, oh man, the trailers spoiled things. To be honest with you, like that's a lot of misleading stuff. Like with the, you know, the whole handing, you know, Kylo having his hand out and stuff. It's all misleading. You know, some people even thought like, oh, he's gonna shoot his mom. You know, no, it's not gonna happen that way. It's all just being cut together that way. But this is going to be a very interesting episode, I think. I think hopefully they will do some new things here. And I think that's the big thing coming out of Force Awakens was it was like a New Hope reboot. Like they basically followed the same formula all the way along. Which worked. I thoroughly enjoyed Force Awakens. I thought it was fantastic. It was it was the beginning of this new era that they needed. They needed something that was simple, ready to go, you know, a story people knew. It wasn't going to be, something that they don't get. They got familiar faces, familiar concepts. It was a good start. Now is when you kick it into high gear. Now is, the Empire, what Empire did for the originals, this is what this one's got to do. It's got to be that one where, to be honest, I think, everyone's favorite pretty much for Star Wars is Empire. It's mine. It's mine. Empire is fantastic. It does a lot of great things. The good guys don't win. They get their asses handed to them. It, shows off kind of the badass of, being Darth Vader. It has, gasp moments and all the rest of it. This one is going to have that too. But can't follow the same path. You can do some similar things, but you can't follow the same path. And there are things that I've seen, through these different trailers and stuff that leads me to them kind of following that. Maybe not to its full extent, but kind of, going that way, Rey going off for training with Luke, and then you have Finn and Poe off fighting the First Order and stuff. Kind of like, Han and Leia and all that in Empire. And then, Rey's gonna, maybe see a vision or something that their friend's in trouble, so she's gonna go off and help, and then she's gonna, have a fight with Luke, and same thing that Luke had with Yoda. It's that same thing. I'm hoping it's not. Like, there's definitely scenes there that look similar to it, but hopefully they do, like, new twists on it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a little of a worry for me. I don't want it to follow Empire exactly, but I want it to have that same impact that Empire had, and really have those shock moments. Those just holy shit, For me, like Force Awakens, I never knew Han died. I guess spoilers for a movie that's come out years ago. Han died, and that was like when I first saw that, and I remember, because I went and saw this, like, Force Awakens about 5 or 6 times at the cinema, and every time you could tell who the new ones were, because when Han got killed, everyone was like, they all jumped, and I did that the first time. So you need those moments, and hopefully they will, and it'd be a really cool thing to see. So moments like that whether they do it as in reveals, obviously, I am your father, that type of thing. I think we're going to get one big reveal. I don't think we're going to get two. I think it's either going to be who Snoke is or who Rey really is. It's got to be one of the two. I don't think we're going to get both. I think it's just going to be one. We may get like a smaller character's big reveal maybe or something like that. But other than that, I don't think we're going to get like both Rey and Snoke's true identities. It's just not going to happen. Mainly because they need something for the next one. You need something for 9. So yeah, that's kind of where I think, the big wow moment's going to come from. Do I think we're going to get any deaths? I don't know. I like, you go through it all. Some people say, oh, Leia's going to die because obviously, Carrie, passed. I think it was nearly last year. But I heard they had enough footage of her to do episode 9, so I don't know what they're gonna do there. That's an up in the air thing for them. So Leia maybe. I wouldn't want Kylo to kill her though. I think you've killed your dad, and I think he's realizing that it didn't give him the power that he thought it would. So now we move on to his mom, and I think his mom and him have a different connection because Leia's, connected to the Force in that way, so she understands a little more, and it's a mother-son relationship, and that's a completely different thing to father-son thing. So that type of that type of relationship, I don't think Kylo killing her wouldn't have the same impact that I think that would have had with his dad. Because his dad, he had hostility towards. Definitely I don't think he felt like he was a good father in any way. Whereas mom is his mom, and he's like, I think he has a lot more warm feelings to his mom. So I don't think that will happen. Luke dying. Potential, maybe Rey goes off and tries to fight Snoke and fights, Kylo, and hopefully the Knights of Ren. That's something that I'm still hoping for, but I don't know. We've seen no sign of them since Force Awakens, so it's like, I really want to see the Knights of Ren. I think maybe she goes in and then, gets in over her head, gets captured. Luke ends up having to come out, save her, and then maybe sacrifices himself. I don't know. Whether it sacrifices himself and gets captured, which leads into 9, or dies, one of the two. I don't know. It'll be an interesting thing to see there, whether they do that or not. Finn and Poe, I think, are pretty safe. I don't think you can get rid of Finn. He's one of the main characters and stuff, so you can't really do that. Rey, obviously, you can't because she's one of the mains. Poe, no, I think he's remember his part was never meant to be anything big. It was never meant to be anything big. It was just because he came in and did such a great job of what he did that people were like, all right, we need to keep him going here. Like, this is a good character. We can't just throw him away. So they created the whole Poe and Finn, friendship, potential relationship that some people think. So I don't know. I don't know about the deaths. Kylo, no. I think that's an arc that they're gonna go down. Maybe a redemption arc. I don't know. I know with that. Then I guess it's like, where do we think it might go? Are we gonna see a Rey falling, to the dark side? Because there have been like trailers where she's like, and I know this isn't like a thing, but like she's got Kylo's lightsaber and stuff, and some people think like in this scene with the trailer and stuff that it's Rey's in the suit and stuff. I was like, no, I don't think you don't turn to the dark side and then just go put Kylo's helmet on. I don't think that's what happens. she's definitely going to be tempted. There's going to be a big moment where she's going to get tempted to the dark side, and we're going to see that. But I honestly think that they are going Grey Jedi way, where she's not going to be light or dark. She's going to be both. But she's going to be able to figure out the balance there. And this is something with what you hear Snoke going on about, which is like, when I found you, like, I think that, people keep saying like maybe it's talking to Kylo. This could potentially be talking about Rey too. She has this power and stuff like that. I would like to see them go Grey Jedi. Wipe out the old stuff, wipe out the Jedi and all that, because a lot of that Jedi Order is like the whole the rules of the Jedi and stuff like that. It's flawed. It's massively flawed, and they can see all these powerful Jedi, they fall because they don't control these they don't aren't able to manage these very powerful emotions. So I would like to see them go that way, wipe out the Jedi, create something new in the sense of the Grey Jedi and all that, and like using both light and dark, basically being well balanced people. That's a thing. Yeah, I would like them to see them go that way, but she will definitely be pushed to the dark, at least to be tempted by it. Whether she falls or not, I don't know. But either way, I'd be happy. Kylo and all that, I think he is on a potential redemption arc. I don't know. I think he's going to be full of, very strong feelings against Rey, because Rey basically kicked his ass, even though he was injured and all that. But I think he thought he was the, I'm the next big, Jedi, Sith, whatever. I'm the one that, was meant to be it. Now this other girl's come along. That I don't know. It's definitely, I think he is on a redemption arc. I think by 9 he will come back around, and he will, probably either him and Rey will go off and try and fight Snoke in some way. Whoever Snoke turns out to be. But yeah, I think it's definitely... It'll be interesting to see what happens with Kylo there. I cannot wait till the first meeting with Kylo and Luke. That's my one there, because I just want to know what the what happened at that academy. What happened? How did Kylo take everything down? Did he lead the First Order there? Did Snoke come in? Where did Snoke come from? Was he like the creepy janitor? Was he, a guy in the woods? We don't know. But he's still, we still have these questions about what happened and how Kylo got to the way he was, and we're still no closer to getting them. But yeah, it would be nice to see that explained a little more. And then I guess, like, there's the big questions, like who's Rey, who's Snoke. Like I said, we'll probably only get one answer to one of them. I don't think we're gonna get both. I am in the camp that Rey is Luke's daughter, mainly because, and this is a bit of a selfish thing, that I want a Mara Jade character. It's like Disney is, they're quite happy to go out and take things from the Legends side, the stuff that's not canon anymore, and then use it in their ways that they want to. I would love a Mara Jade character. I think it would be fantastic. Like that tomb that he, the gravestone that he's sort of at when we see him in Force Awakens right at the end. I would love that to be Rey's mother and Luke be Rey's father. And I don't know. That's just me personally, from the whole Mara Jade side. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. I believe she's a Skywalker. I believe she's a Skywalker. I supremely doubt that Leia would forget that she had a daughter. There may be some Force mind stuff going on, because I do believe Rey has been trained. I think Rey has had some type of training prior to her being left on Jakku. But it was all wiped, and now she's gaining that training back. That's how she's able to, get, force persuade a stormtrooper right off the bat. Like, she's had that training. She's just instinctively using it. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Whether they play on the Solo twins, using those two. Not that, Rey and Kylo are twins. It's just, I would like her to be Luke's daughter. That maybe her mother got her away from I don't know, Luke, or maybe we'll call her Mara. Saw something was coming that was bad. Kylo turning bad, got Rey out. Maybe wiped her mind somehow, or had someone wipe her mind and then put her on Jakku. Or maybe, and this is like Luke doesn't know that Mara got out, before having Rey, and then had Rey, and Luke has no idea. And they somehow figure that out at some point, that she is Luke's daughter, and that her mother put her on Jakku to protect her, and all this stuff. So I don't know. It's definitely an interesting topic that hopefully we might get answers to. Hopefully. But like I said, one or the other. I think it's either going to be Snoke or Rey, who we figure out who's who. Who's true identity. There is some saying that Rey may be Snoke's daughter, or a descendant of Snoke's or something. I don't know. I always feel like, these main episodes, for Star Wars, it's all around the Skywalker family. The main character is always a Skywalker. I know they try and change things up a little bit, but I'd like her to be a Skywalker. And, Luke's lightsaber calls out to her and stuff. I mean, come on. Then I guess we can go into the Snoke stuff, like who potential Snoke could be. There's, several things out there. There's some that think it's Darth Plagueis. That was Sidious's master prior. Sidious gravely wounded, thought he was dead, but Plagueis actually wasn't dead. And then spent the past, so many, decades sort of healing and plotting and all this stuff, and then coming off the back of his former students' work, kind of figured that out. And that kind of has this, I have this little idea with that, if it was Plagueis, that Plagueis created Anakin, because he was created, like, we're not going to midichlorians, that was such a stupid idea, but used the Force to create Anakin, which in turn creates the Skywalker line. The line of Skywalkers that come through. Then, that perfect Force user that can use both, and, that who's maybe, if Snoke was Plagueis, who he's been waiting for. Like, he created Anakin to be this perfect Force user. Didn't turn out to be that way, and plus he was gravely injured by Sidious beforehand. Of course, that line continues. Luke, Leia, Kylo, Rey. Rey or Kylo might end up being that perfect Force user that he's always wanted. So maybe not. That's just a little wild idea that I've had for a little while. Do I think he's going to be Plagueis? I don't know. I think they might go somewhere different on that. Like, do you want to connect it into with the Emperor again? It's like, if he, like, some people think he might be the clone of the Emperor. I don't think he's the clone. I think that's a bit of a cop-out thing. Like, that's from Legends and stuff. They did the whole cloning of the Emperor and stuff. I think we're past Sidious. We need someone new there. So, I don't know. Then there's like he's just something completely different, and there is something with Sidious. He always believed that out in the darkness of deep space, out where people don't know and there's not undiscovered and all the rest of it, that there is something out there that is dark, and he was always trying to find things that could allow him to see this, and like he had his observatories and stuff like that. That was obviously like caches of important things, but also was a way of him trying to see what was out there. And potentially Snoke could have been that. Maybe, I don't know, but hopefully he turns out to be something cool. Like I would be disappointed if they're just like, no, he's just Snoke. He's just this guy, He's just another, he was a Jedi that fell. Like, it would be kind of boring. That'd be kind of boring. I think either Plagueis or something new. Plagueis or something new for me. I would like out of that. Obviously, we've seen the new planets. There was like this new locations video that came out, I think yesterday. That sort of showed off all the locations that they've been on and the 3 planets that we will see. We got Canto Bight, which looks really cool. It's like a sort of casino, very I don't know, Mediterranean looking city and stuff. I think they filmed it in Croatia, so it looks really cool. Like very, very cool. I think Finn goes there. From what we're used to with all of what we saw in Force Awakens and stuff, which was Jakku, and then obviously Star Killer, Maz Kanata's planet, it was like, okay, we had this idea of where this is, but then you go into Casino World and stuff like that. It's like, oh, okay, this is something different, and maybe this is a First Order controlled planet. They were one of the planets that sided with the First Order, that wanted the Empire back, because there was a group of them in the Senate that really wanted that. So maybe they were one of them. So I don't know. Or it's a gangster planet. I'd be happy with it being a gangster planet. But it looked really cool. It looked very, very cool. I was very it's something different out of that. It's something very different. It's not Coruscant. It's not, the typical Star Wars planets that we've seen. So, and it's not a desert planet again. So that's cool. Obviously, we've had Crate. We've seen a lot of Crate. Definitely where the Hoth-like battle's gonna happen. I love the red sand thing. The red minerals, the white sand with red mineral underneath. Looks very, very cool. That battle, I think, is it's gonna be very cool. Hopefully it's a more fleshed out Hoth battle. I'm excited for that one. Crate looks great. And then Ahch-To. And then it's Ahch-To, I think, which is Luke's little island planet. Which we've already seen. So there's some new planets and stuff, which is very cool. Obviously, we're going to be on ships. We got the big First Order weapons manufacturing platform ship that looks massive. That looks awesome. The one thing that I would love to see in this movie is the Eclipse. Which is the Emperor's, not this is the Emperor's Super Star Destroyer, which was even bigger than the normal Super Star Destroyers. Because that one is unaccounted for, and it's in canon. It was in it was named in the Aftermath books. So I would love to see the Eclipse. I think that'd be fantastic to see. It's the flagship of the First Order. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. But yeah, I mean, I am counting down the hours. I am pretty much 24 hours away. New Zealand's quite good because we get it first. Because time zones and stuff like that. And I'm going to it midnight, and then I'm back off to it, the next day. I think I'm going to it with some friends as well, some other friends. And then I'm going to it again on the Friday. And then I'm going with family on Saturday. And then it's my birthday on Monday, so I might treat myself and go off to it again. So I'm hoping it's good. It better be good. I'll be pissed because I have these tickets, and if it's not good, I'll be like, no. But I have faith. I have faith that it's going to be good. Disney wouldn't have put Rian Johnson in charge of the next trilogy or the new trilogy if they didn't believe that this movie was good. We haven't heard much drama from it. Like, Rogue One had a whole bunch of reshoots. Han Solo's got new directors and stuff. I don't really remember much dramas coming from this. It seems it's been a pretty, by the book shoot. So I'm very, very excited for this. It's my favorites. The last one, that was great. Just to go to that, the first screening, midnight screening of that, be a part of it. The kind of rebirth of Star Wars after we thought it was kind of dead for now. George was sitting on it. Disney brings it back, and now of course we're getting Star Wars every year, but nothing beats the main episodes. Nothing beats the main series. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be great to see Luke back, doing his thing. Leia, focusing on them more. I'm ready to see it. It's gonna be so good. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy going out to see it. I will have a review right after I see it midnight tomorrow. So if you want to see somewhat a review, I generally do a non-spoiler section prior, and then I do a spoiler section at the end. So it's somewhat safe to come and see it. If you just want to find out if it's good or not, I will have a review up right after I come back from the premiere tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you guys go out and see it. I hope you guys have a good time. All you Star Wars fans out there, let's get excited. Let's get hyped. This is the best time of the year for us. This is when we always get our Star Wars movies. So it's great. It's great. I'm so excited. I'm very, very excited for it. But yeah. All right, guys. That's it for us. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.